What's up, YouTube? Combat here, and today I want to talk about Nike's new Just Do It campaign featuring Colin Kaepernick. And before I get into the ad campaign and kind of my feelings towards it, I want to just talk about the kneeling movement in the NFL and sort of my opinions on that. I actually don't have a big issue with the players kneeling. I think that this whole movement started with good intentions to bring to the forefront these racial injustices that were happening in the United States and probably all across the world. And I think it's good to have a conversation like this, and I think it's good for prominent athletes to use their voice and use their platform to bring issues to the forefront, especially if they see them. And I have no issue with the conversation it started. The issue I do have with it, though, is the other conversation that it spawned, which is, are they going to kneel? How are they going to respond to... How are they going to utilize their protest today with regards to the national anthem? It seems that there's more coverage being pushed on by CBS and Fox on whether or not they're going to kneel. And then the new conversation that arose was, is it patriotic or unpatriotic, or are they being rude to the soldiers? Well, to kind of compress all that into one simple answer, they're not disrespecting the soldiers. Colin Kaepernick was told by an Army veteran that kneeling was more respectful than sitting through the national anthem, and to be respectful to both the flag and to the national anthem, to kneel. So I'm fine with that. The other thing is, it is very clear that the media has their perspective they want to push. They want to either say this is a great thing or a bad thing. And truth be told, it's neither nor. But we shouldn't be focusing the majority of our coverage on whether or not the players are going to protest during the national anthem. Let the players protest. Let them talk about it briefly, but don't make that the cornerstone of what your broadcast is. And this is why, in my opinion, a lot of the NFL numbers are dropping. Is not because the players are protesting, because I'll tell you, there's probably a very large majority of the people that are done with the NFL are more upset with the media coverage of it than they are upset with the players protesting. For example, me, I won't start watching an NFL game until probably 5 minutes through the first quarter, just because I don't want to deal with any politics when I'm watching my NFL. It doesn't bother me the players are kneeling. It doesn't bother me that the players are protesting. They have every right to do that, and I'm totally fine with it. They have their right to free speech. The problem I have with it is when it's being shoved down our throats by the media, and that's my biggest issue with it. The other issue I have with it is, what has the movement really done to solve the problem that Colin Kaepernick was bringing issue to when he first knelt for the national anthem? What has really transpired since then? And my argument is there hasn't really been much, and it's been very disappointing from at least my standpoint to see not a lot of progress made. And it doesn't seem that the players that are protesting are doing much to actually try to have this conversation, push this conversation to the forefront. A lot of players that are doing the protesting aren't going out there to communities and talking to local authorities and figuring out why there's disproportionate amount of black people being incarcerated, or whatever it might be, whatever the situation might be. Why aren't the players going out and actually seeking out the reasons why? They have time, and they can definitely do it. It's not something that's not possible. So it's disappointing to see a movement that has so much support and that could actually bring a lot of good not being properly executed. And that's the issue that I have with it. So now to move to the Colin Kaepernick ad situation. So for those who don't know, Nike is celebrating their 30th anniversary of the Just Do It campaign. And for this year, for the 30th anniversary, they wanted to use Colin Kaepernick as the poster child. So the ad reads, "Believe in something even if it means sacrificing everything." A great message. An absolutely fantastic message. The problem is what did Colin Kaepernick actually sacrifice when he decided to kneel? A lot of people are going to argue it was his career. It was his dream. It was to play football in the NFL. I have a very hard time believing that that is the reason. A very hard time to believe that that is his everything. Because in reality, it's just a job. It's just a career. If everything you have is tied to your career, time to get a personality, time to get some other goals in life. The truth is once he started this protest, once he started this campaign, he actually sacrificed something for something else. He sacrificed his ability to play football in the NFL for his ability, or for his beginning to start to protest and start social change. He didn't lose everything. He barely lost anything. He lost a contract and the ability to play football. And the truth of the matter is I don't think he's good enough to be in the NFL anymore, and he's sure as hell asking for too much money to play as a backup wherever he was going to play. There's maybe a handful of teams that have an offense that could support his type of play, and the truth is those teams would rather either have their starter not have Colin Kaepernick or the distractions it would cause, or they just have a rookie quarterback that they'd rather have learn from their veteran right now, and they don't really have a spot for Colin. That's the way I see it, at least. And I really have a hard time getting behind an ad campaign where the person that has apparently sacrificed everything just signed a multi-million-dollar contract with Nike, money I'll never see. I'll never see that type of money. But he just signed that, and that's what we're supposed to believe in. So this is where a lot of outrage comes with this new ad, is the fact that what has he really sacrificed? Yeah, his ability to play in the NFL, but he's now become an activist. He's become more relevant, in our media and in everyday conversations, whereas if he just fizzled out of the league, nobody would be talking about him. They'd be talking about, well, he had that one really good season, and that would have been about it. So he's relevant again, and he's just making a ton of money with Nike. So what really have you lost, Colin? Tell me. You lost one opportunity to have another one. Let's talk about the real heroes. Let's talk about the people that actually believe in something, even if it means sacrificing everything. And what is actually everything? That might be your life. Let's talk about the Pat Tillmans of the world. Hell, I'll even talk about Martin Luther King, who believed in something and was willing to sacrifice everything for it. Because it would have been very easy for someone to, as bad as it sounds, kill Martin Luther King before he got his I Dream speech done. Before he was through it, could have just been some white supremacist been like, yeah, I'm going to kill him. I don't believe in what he's saying. But he believed in it, and he knew there was a risk involved. He knew that he could potentially lose his life. I don't think that Colin Kaepernick, when he was kneeling for the national anthem for the first time, was thinking, I could lose my life, which is in all reality everything. Look at Pat Tillman. Pat Tillman was he was a starter in the NFL, and he decided, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm going to go fight in Afghanistan, and he died for it. He sacrificed everything, his life, because he believed in something. And that's the problem here, is it's very hard to resonate an ad with your audience if your audience doesn't believe in the person that is the face of it. He did believe in something, but what did he truthfully sacrifice? An opportunity, a privilege. He sacrificed a privilege to play professional sports for something else. That is perfectly fine. That message there is fine, but he did not sacrifice everything for it. So if we actually want to fall behind this and say, well, he sure darn God did, he had this great career, you're misrepresenting what's actually going on here. You're saying that his ability to play football was everything he had, which is diminishing who he is as a person. Because clearly he has some convictions to say, there's something wrong here, and I'm willing to stand up and fight for that and make it right. Which doesn't make Colin Kaepernick a bad guy. None of this video is me trying to say Colin Kaepernick is a bad guy. He actually has good intentions. The problem is I don't believe in this ad. I do not believe that he truthfully sacrificed everything to get his message across. He sacrificed his ability to play football. That's as simple as that. And I'm not saying that I'm going to stop buying Nike or not going to support them. I'm just saying that this ad did not hit home for me because I don't believe in the message or in the messenger. I believe in the message, but I don't believe in the messenger. We'll put it that way. To the people burning their Nikes and boycotting Nike, I don't really have much to say to you because I'm just not on the same side as you are. I think that we're on two different sides. But either way, whether or not you love this ad or you hate this ad, I just think it misrepresents the situation. I would love to hear what you guys think with your comments down below in the comments section. And as always, guys, if you enjoyed the video, can you please hit that like button? If you want to see more videos from me, please hit that subscribe button. And until next time, guys, Combat signing off. Peace.